Welcome to the 2015 Cambridge Real Estate Market Year in Review. It was another strong year in Cambridge real estate, though across the board I would say acceleration has decreased a bit. Things are still moving up steadily, but at a little bit of a slower pace than we've seen in prior years. This year I'm going to take a look at 3 sectors of the market independently, so we'll see a different video for singles, condos, and multis. Let's get into the numbers. So let's take a look at the single-family market in Cambridge in 2015. 2015 saw an all-time high in the average sale price of single-family homes. It was just north of 1.5 million. That represents a 5% increase over the average sale price in 2014, which itself was a jump of almost 16% over 2013. So while we're still seeing prices increase, we're seeing the pace of that acceleration ease off a bit. I want to say something about how we look at these numbers. We focus on the properties that did sell. So given that we have a number of properties every year that don't sell, it's important to look at the relationship between the total number of properties listed and the number that sell and the number that don't sell. It should give a seller an indication that pricing is still important. If we look at the average price of the winner, so let's call the properties that did sell, the average list price is around 1.45 million. If we take a look at the average list price of the losers, so those that didn't sell, that average list price is 1.75 million. So you can see, on average, those properties that don't sell are priced much more aggressively than the properties that do end up selling. I'm often asked by clients, what's the best time to sell my home? What's the best time to buy my home? So I want to talk a little bit about the relationship between supply and demand. To define supply, I want to use the total number of properties available during a given month. So that's both the properties that were active on the first day of the month and all of the new listings that came on the market during that month. And then to define demand, I'm going to look at how many properties in that month went under agreement. You'll hear people say under agreement, under contract, went pending. All of that means the same thing. So if you're a buyer of a single family home in Cambridge, if you can hold off and buy in September, October, November, December, you'll see the amount of supply is far greater than the amount of demand or the number of properties that go under agreement at that time. If you are on the market in February, March, there are fewer properties available and yet demand is still really high. So while we saw average prices increase in 2015, we also saw the number of units sold decrease in the single-family sector. Not too surprising because a decrease in units sold would predict an increase in average sale price. But it's interesting to me, if you look back 12 years, in 2004, there were 192 single-family homes sold. This past year in 2015, there were 111. That's a 58% decrease in that single-family market, almost matching the lows we saw in 2008 and 2009. So let's take a look at sale price to list price ratio. This number defines, on average, what a buyer was going to pay relative to the asking price. So in 2015, single families' sale to list price ratio was 105%. So on average, buyers were paying about 5% above the asking price. If we look back to 2014, that number was steady at 105%. If we look back to 2013, it was 102%. So staying pretty steady in that metric. So that's the story for 2015. As always, I hope you'll feel welcome to give me a call, shoot me an email, stop by the office. I would love to talk with you about how I might be able to help you navigate the tricky waters of Cambridge and Somerville real estate. To check out the year in review information for condos and multis, please stop by laurenholleran.com or just click the links below.